And good evening, and good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shin SUGIYAMA. I'm studying glaciers and ice sheet in Hokkaido University in Japan. So, today I'm very pleased to introduce our activity in Greenland to show you the rapid environmental change and its impact on society. So let me start with my favorite topic, ice on Greenland. Greenland ice sheet is the largest ice mass in the Arctic. It covers 80% of the land of Greenland, and its mean ice thickness is 1.7 kilometers. And this ice is now melting. This plot shows the source of sea level rise now happening. And 1/3 of the sea level rise is happening from glaciers and ice sheets in the Arctic. And actually, 25% of sea level rise is from Greenland ice sheet and glaciers in Greenland. So Greenland is doing a lot for currently going sea level rise. This melting ice was the background of our research project in northwestern Greenland in Kanak since 2012. In addition to some scientific background, we had a good reason to go up to this small village, Kanak. That was the Japanese activities in that region in the past. Naomi Uemura is an explorer and national hero of Japan. In 1970s, he went to Kanak region and did a lot of dog sledge expeditions crossing Greenland and towards the North Pole. And his colleague, Ikuo Oshima, he went there and he decided to stay there having a family. And since then, he lived there for 50 years with traditional way of life in Greenland, hunting, fishing, and dog sledging. So Ikuo is telling us a lot of stories about climate change in Greenland, and his colleagues are supporting us. So that's why we can do our unique research activity in Kanak. This is Kanak region in Greenland. The land is mostly covered with ice, and Kanak is down along the coast here. And our initial interest was this Kanak ice cap behind the village. So this kind of ice cap near the coast is rapidly melting at a rate 1 meter every year. When we went up there, the ice was melting, but we are also impressed how dark this ice surface is. This darkness is due to growing amount of glacier microbes biology. So under the changing climate, more and more biology on the ice, and it gets dark, and it absorbs more light and enhances ice melting. We also study glaciers flowing into the ocean. And this kind of glaciers ending in the ocean is rapidly thinning because it's influenced by changing ocean as well as atmosphere. We made a lot of in-situ measurement on the glacier, and we found these types of glaciers are thinning at a rate of 5 meters every year. 5 meters is more than double of this survey pole. So every year, this much is a lot. As soon as we started our study on this kind of glacier, we realized the glacier is affecting the ocean by discharging icebergs, meltwater. So we decided to do measurement on this ocean. One of our findings was very unique biological system in front of the glacier. The glacier meltwater carries a lot of nutrients and plankton to the surface of the ocean. And there, a lot of fish, seabird, and seal, they are gathering to form a very unique hotspot of biology. And this kind of activity was known by local hunters, but quite new for researchers. And you see, if this glacier is changing, it gives impact to this very unique biology here. And this kind of ocean measurement was a turning point of our research because we needed a boat for ocean measurement. So what kind of boat we can use? One option is to use research vessel. Our country decided to build one of such, and this gives us a breakthrough for Arctic Ocean research. But 8 years ago, our option was talk to the local hunters, and she offered her boat, and we started our measurement together with the people in Kanak. And actually, this lady driving the boat, she is Toku Oshima, the daughter of Ikuo, who moved to Greenland more than 50 years ago. And she is very good hunter, and she is keeping the Greenlandic tradition with her father. And as soon as we started to work with local people, we could do more research than before. For example, this is narwhal, the endemic animal in the Arctic, and hunting narwhal is very important tradition in northwestern Greenland. And this animal is very difficult to study because they are very shy. But with such experienced hunters in the region, we could approach the narwhal and listening to the voice of the narwhal. So this is what we couldn't do without their help. So we talked a lot with local people and spent a lot of time in this tiny village at 77 degrees north, and only 600 residents are there. And life in this village is tightly connected to the climate. For example, here, the photograph is from July, but the ocean behind is fully covered with sea ice. And after a few weeks, when sea ice disappears, the first ship of the year arrives to the village. So if sea ice disappears after climate change, may be good for transportation, but on the other side, it has negative impact of traditional dog sledge running in this region, because dog sledge needs very stable sea ice. So let me see the Greenland from the aspect of society. The population is 56,000, and domestic production is 19th in the world. And fish industry is very important, and Japan is actually the third largest importer of this fish. So if you go out for Japanese sushi restaurant next time, you can think about some of your fish is from Greenland, maybe. And this society of Greenland is influenced by climate change. This is what we witnessed in 2016 in Kanak. A lot of rain never experienced. This caused this flood. And the flood also destroyed very important road connecting village and airport. And our analysis says this kind of river discharge increases 3 times greater after 4-degree warming that's projected by 2100. And heavy rain also caused such landslide. And rain is important, but maybe thawing permafrost gives instability on this steep slope. Because we see a lot of links between our measurement and their life, we started to tell about our research to the people in the village. Then I realized so many things they know. They know which glacier is melting. They know the fish in the ocean is changing. So we started to learn a lot from their knowledge. Now we share our data and listen to the voice to learn their experience and their idea so that we can design the research direction together with the local people. actually, last year, we were not able to go up there because of COVID. But our younger colleague in Kanak did our measurement on the ice cap, so we could continue our important measurement last year. And in 2019, we went to the capital of Greenland, Nuuk, with Toku, and explained what we are doing in Kanak. And there, we met a lot of kids and young people in Greenland, and I was impressed. They know a lot about global issues, sea level rise and global temperature rise, but they don't know a lot about ice, ocean, what is happening in their own country. So now I believe keep on talking to this young next generation is also important role for us, the scientists. So the climate and environment, they are clearly changing in the Arctic. And it's also clear they're affecting the life in the Arctic. So my question to myself now is, what will be our next action for a sustainable future in the Arctic? Thank you very much for listening. That's it.